Heard about it yet? There was a heated debate up in Lansing over a proposed resolution for a holiday that would celebrate the end of slavery.
Senator Burt Johnson of Highland Park sponsoring the measure. He hoped that resolution would be adopted on June 19th, which is a significant date. Instead, it was referred to a Senate committee chaired by Senator Rick Jones of Grand Ledge, and nothing's happened. The
wording of the resolution apparently been changed. Senator Jones says parts of the measure sort of a political attack instead of being celebratory. Joining us live now here in our studio is Senator Burt Johnson. Thank you so much for being here. So, a political attack, not being celebratory. What do you think about those words?
Not at all. Originally, this resolution was intended to really commemorate slavery, but because of the timing of Juneteenth, it became the kind of thing that was to commemorate then slavery and Juneteenth, and it's filled with all kinds of facts. None of it is in question. These are facts you could find in a book, facts you could find on Wikipedia. The truth is, Rick Jones never liked the wording in specific.
And is it the wording? I understand that part of the symbolic resolution there included things that African Americans still experience vestiges of slavery, such as inadequate public schools, voting rights issue, trouble accessing loans, things like that. That is what is at issue here, is that right?
Yeah, that's one part of it. He omitted that. He also omitted the part that talks about the hypocrisy of American whites who do away with the idea that slavery even existed when in fact they were the same people who said that they should be free from Great Britain's tyrannical rule. He got rid of that part. He altered it in a way that really fundamentally changed it, and my argument to him was very simple, that I thought that only someone who suffered white privilege could think that it was okay to change it, being white, and then hand it to a black person and say, that's your resolution. The even rougher part was the idea that he told me if I didn't change it to what he wanted, then frankly it would not get a hearing, and he was fine with that.
Well, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here, and this is intended as a resolution to celebrate the end of slavery, but what in effect you're saying in the resolution is that slavery is not over. So how can you have, I mean, nobody's disagreeing with the facts that there are still some problems in the African American community, but you're certainly not celebrating the end of slavery with this resolution.
Well, we certainly celebrate it or commemorate it. I choose to say commemorate, not celebrate, because there's a lot going on across America in the black community that makes black or African American people feel like we don't have much to celebrate. But I'll say this, we commemorated the ending of slavery. We commemorated and talked about the Emancipation Proclamation. But Stephen, we'd be lying if we said that there wasn't a hangover effect in this country and disparate treatment on the part of whites to blacks, and we've seen it all over the place, and Rick Jones and I have made a lot of legislation together over the years. I was even sorry that he got saddled with this. It should have gone on the consent calendar and have simply been passed. But, Rick is now engaging in personal attacks. He said yesterday on the floor that the reason I didn't like him was because I'm a former felon and he's a former sheriff's deputy. There's a lot wrong with that. There are a lot of people coming back from prison trying to reintegrate into society. And it really reeks of the kind of ignorance that the Michigan Senate does not need to hold on to, trying to make laws for 10 million people across this state.
Senator, we wanted Senator Jones to come on with us as well today, and he had plans, but we did catch up with him earlier today. This is what he had to say about the dispute. Take a listen now.
I had the founder of the Juneteenth celebration, the original founder, Reverend Ronald Meyer Sr. from Mississippi, an African-American medical doctor and a reverend. He contacted me. I didn't reach out to him. He contacted me. He said, sir, this isn't written properly. It's divisive, and it does need to be amended. And he said, I will reach out to the senator and try to get him to amend it. He says, this is supposed to be bringing everybody together. I want all 50 states to adopt this. And so when I suggested to the senator that we changed the work a little bit, he got very angry. He threw some words at me. And, right now we're at a standstill. But I've offered to make peace with him and try to help him get this through the system.
All right, so several points that he made in there. First of all, is it divisive? Has he offered to make peace? I mean, where do you guys stand with it?
Let me tell you something. It's not only not divisive. A majority of senators in the Michigan Senate co-sponsored that membership. Even one of the senators was forward enough to tell us that his ancestors owned slaves, and he was a white man. And so not divisive at all. In fact, what Rick's not telling you is he had orders to change that wording.
Orders from whom?
Orders from the majority leader is what he's saying. And, as for someone calling him, telling him that the resolution is all wrong, they're facts.
Where do you think this ultimately will end up?
we're going to get the resolution passed. There's enough people who are really upset by what's happened who are going to descend on Lansing. We'll get it passed. I'm confident of that. But we need to deal with this issue that Rick has as it relates to the way he runs his committee and the things that he thinks he can say to other people.
All right, Senator Burt Johnson, we do thank you for coming in and talking about this today. We will keep track of this subject, and we'd like to have you back and talk about it at a future date.
Sure thing. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right.